My name is Yao Boating, and this is my wife, Dr. Evelyn Boating. We have known Isaiah and the family for quite a while. It's close to about 10 years or so now. We got to know them when we all lived in the family housing unit of the University of Northern Iowa. Isaiah and his family came there here at the university, and Isaiah was pursuing his degree, and the wife was working and also doing a nursing course at the Hawkeye Community College. By then we were also students. Actually, I had started pursuing my doctoral degree as well as my wife. My wife got her doctoral degree about a year and a half ago, and I am also putting finishing touches to my dissertation. So all along we lived at the family housing there with Isaiah and the family. Actually, we were witnesses to the birth of Jeannie, who happened to be the first daughter. Then the next girl followed, and when they moved, I think they had three children, and they moved to Cedar Rapids. Now, we got to know Isaiah very much because he is an African to the core, actually. Not only African, but he embraces most people from other cultures, other nationalities, other religious backgrounds. What I mean is that, Isaiah has been a center for rallying mostly international students and people from different lands together. I remember when he was even in that small apartment, the university apartment, his place was mostly a meeting place for Africans and other international students. Not only did we meet there to have fun, but also discuss issues, political, social, and actually also how we as international students and people from other different parts of the world can make Iowa our home. And again, how to also contribute our quota to the development of the community, as well as also holding on to each other. Being in each other's life, support each other as people who are trying to find our way in Iowa and United States in general. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, as my husband said, we know the Toyiga family very well, over 10 years now, and we've been in their lives and they've been in our lives and since they were students, and we were also students until they moved to Cedar Rapids, and still we stay connected with each other. We have fun, we go through hard times together, and I know there was occasion when we had to even do fundraising for them because of the kind of people they are when they lost their dear mom. And also when they moved to Cedar Rapids, I think the family has expanded so much, and I think I would agree that they need a makeover because the house is now, I would say, too small and maybe not very habitable for them now. So I think it would be proper for them to get a makeover, to be given the building or the house, and it will serve them very well, and it will also encourage them to keep on doing what they have been doing very well. Isaiah, as I know him, he's a social activist, he's for social justice, he's an author of books, and he's into immigrants issue, and has been able to put together a documentary that addresses immigrant issues. So I think, excuse me, it is proper that he become a recipient of the makeover donation. I think I'll be so glad to see that happen. So, as my husband said, I was very glad.
Well, it's not only just like Isaiah and the family only having. I think when Isaiah has the whole community, I mean the immigrant community, the African community, people who are new to Iowa trying to make their Iowa their home, and also make life here in the US worth living, are also going to have it. What I mean is that Isaiah has made so much contribution in the lives of we people who have come here as immigrants. There have been occasions where he has called the whole group of people together, and in that small space that he has, you could count not less than 30 people gathering at one moment in time. And what is the gathering for? All about learning to be what we have to be, and in Iowa, as well as being good guests of the nation of US that we have found ourselves. There have been, apart from books and other things that Isaiah have written, he has also made scripts of movies, documentary for that matter, depicting life of new arrivals in Iowa. Some of them very funny. You will see, people who have come here, they don't know their way, how to even get a driver's license, how to go even to the mall or other place to do grocery. They have no clue as to how to go about life. Isaiah has been somebody who has made it a duty to see that all these little things that we take for granted are impacted onto the new arrivals. Now, not only new arrivals, Isaiah has, it's a family. When I say a family, I think probably because of the way he was raised up, in African sense, where we take community to be, a very essential part of life. He lives, as I would say, a communitarian kind of life. So some people will come out of state, they don't even have anywhere to live. Isaiah will have to bundle the kids into some place so that visitors from other states and other kind of thing can have a place to live. I remember, actually, when I count in the family, despite the nuclear family, that is of his wife, his children, he has also some cousins, other relatives living with him. Again, besides that, even most people who come to town new and they don't find anywhere to, the very first person that will be directed to is Isaiah. Sadly enough, the last time we saw him, he was telling us of some very hard issues that he has to deal with. For instance, being the first time home buyer, he didn't know what to look for and all the things that it entails to get a very good deal. So in a way, he didn't get the best of places or accommodate a place that he could call a home. I understand that some of the part of the house is eroded, and some the planks or the wood that was made to build the house are termite eaten, and actually part of the house as it is collapsing. So taking all this into consideration, I think well, as a social activist, as a community motivator, as somebody who has immigrant issues at heart, he deserves a place where actually such all these activities that he has put ahead of him could be effectively discharged. So I think if anybody deserves such a makeover for that matter, Isaiah's place is in actually seriously in need of a makeover, so that we all, when we go there, we will not be thinking the house is going to collapse on us or something of that sort. And many of us could go to a place where we can gather. Actually, I understand also that he's even running a non-profit organization, which I don't think he has got a place where he could house that non-profit organization, adequate accommodation for that non-profit organization. So if this house is overhauled, totally remodeled, I think he could even also just get a small place where that non-profit organization aimed at improving the lives of the immigrant community, as well as making people who are on the path to be Americans also get their dreams realized.
Well, not only that, I think he's also a family man. He has, I think, how many children? About 4 children? 5? Okay, 4. Okay, 4 children. So I think those children are pretty young, and they are up and coming, growing up with a wife and other family members. I think it would be proper that he gets a makeover to make the house more habitable, so that these kids can grow up properly in a proper environment and grow very healthy. So I think he deserves to have that makeover. Nothing will gladden my heart so much to see that Isaiah is the one who received this makeover donation.
And to finish, we say the one who has put in much deserves much. And I cannot count many immigrants, African immigrants for that matter, that I know around here, that has put in so much for the community, for community improvement, for societal upliftment, and trying also to make better Americans out of immigrants, as most of us aspire to be. So if there is anybody deservingly of a better accommodation or a better remodeled, well-fitting place, well, then it's Isaiah. He deserves that makeover. That home deserves a makeover.